Keke Palmer divulges to Raven-Symoné that she has accepted her sexuality. In a recent interview, Keke Palmer talked about accepting and loving all parts of herself. The 29-year-old Nope actress spoke about coming out in public during a recent interview with Raven-Symoné and her wife, Miranda Madej, for the best podcast ever with Raven and Miranda. "In my life, there was a time when I wondered, can I just be myself?" added Palmer. "When that happens, you just get to the point where you're just like, well, I just want to have my own life be my own life," she continued. The waiting singer has a history of being outspoken about her sexuality. She described herself as in the middle of the scale in a podcast interview last year. Palmer revealed in a recent interview with Raven-Symoné, who came out as gay in 2013, that she had always been aware of her sexuality. "I felt that way or had those thoughts very young, right? As a kid, when you first start thinking about liking," the woman claimed. "Then, as you really start to kind of get into your groove as a teenager, I believe they started coming back at around 12 or 13. With that increased awareness came a dread of criticism or exclusion." Palmer remembered how the cancellation of Ellen DeGeneres' comedy Ellen shortly after her coming out as homosexual in 1997 left her feeling very sad. "I never forgot that," Palmer affirmed. "As a child, I never forgot that, and that kind of stuff just stings in your head, like, oh, you'll be outcasted, or something's quote-unquote wrong with you." As Palmer was growing up, she claimed that neither her parents made fun of gay people nor warned her that she would go to hell for being gay. However, Palmer claimed that she felt there was something unsaid that prevented her from disclosing her sexual orientation. She tried to ignore her attraction to women because she was also attracted to males. "Because I like guys too. I was like, that's another little extra thing that no one really has to know about. I don't really have to live out," she said. Palmer claims that when she did start talking more openly about her sexuality, her parents were supportive of any relationships she chose. "Sexuality and things like that. My parents never really cared about stuff like that or talked about that," the woman claimed. "And I'm aware that once they realized how free-spirited I was and who I wanted to date, they essentially said, who cares? Never did they have anything on their minds." Palmer claimed that her desire to fall in love aided in her more outward acceptance of her sexuality. She remarked, "I didn't want anything to hold me back from it. I ultimately just feel like the acceptance of that part of myself, in general, was a part of my process of being able to actually have love in my life," she continued. "Loving and accepting every aspect of who I am." Ladies, Palmer's first kid, was born in February along with personal trainer Darius Jackson. Jackson encountered resistance earlier this month after criticizing Palmer's most recent attire online.